Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we're just going to do a quick update video on what I'm working on in the container. It's slow going right now with electrical. I just want to make sure we're all solid before I do spray foam. Once I do that, there's no coming back from it. So we're spending time making sure we got outlets everywhere I want them. And the more the better. That's fine. You know, I'm only still using so many at a time. Just making sure they're in every possible spot I could need them in the future. And then we'll get to spray foaming. But I'm hoping I'm going to finish it up tonight and get spray foaming the end of this week. So let's check it out. All right, so what we've got is we'll have the panel in the train room. So on the other side of the wall, kind of down there. So power will come in. For some of it, it'll go up and over. And then for the outlets, it's going to come in right here at that 2-gang box there. That's actually only going to have one outlet in it, but I need some more space because there's a lot going into it. And that coil's for a switch because that's going to be a switched outlet for the spray booth, lights, and the fan. From there, it's just a bunch of outlets on the wall. One down there for a heater, and one down there maybe for a mini fridge because I haven't decided if I want to put it there or there yet. There's also one there. Outlet in the wall. Probably have a shelf here for radios and other stuff for operations. And we'll just go over what we have for outlets right now before we get into other stuff. But outlet. This is probably the corner the computer monitor will be in. So I want to have outlets for that. Maybe an outlet for lights for underneath the shelf that's going to be above the workbench. The workbench height is right here. It's like 35 inches. So the outlets are a little bit above it. Outlet in the ground for in the corner. You never know what you want plugged in below. And another one like that. 2-gang up there. Up to an outlet and a switch for the upper outlet. And that's just like if I wanted to add more lights for some reason up on the ceiling. Or like even Christmas lights in that time of year. But you know, I just may as well have it. If I don't use it, it's not an issue. Obviously, there's just a lot of outlets for a small room, but that's the cool thing about building this container the way I want it for this purpose of a train room, train workshop, right? I can build it exactly how I want it, put outlets where I need them, and make sure I have enough. So it's a good thing to be able to do that right off the bat. Here we have switches. So lights in this room are separate from outlets. The same power coming into this box for the lights in this room are also going to power, we have a light right there next to the door. And then one of these wires goes up, over, and out into that room. Because on the whole wall of the container, we'll have 2 more floodlights to kind of light up the outside area for parking or for just hanging out outside if it gets dark. So you kind of have to plan a little bit further ahead than you would just for this room, right? Because I want all the outlets for that stuff in here because this is the main entrance. Same goes for the switches next to the exit or the entrance to the train room. These are switches for the train layout. So for lights above the train layout, and then another one for lights in the aisleway. So kind of plan that out and run a separate power wire over to it. I've got obviously 12 gauge coming in, and then 10 just going to the aisle lights. And I have 12 gauge going out because that's going to be just an outlet. Because if I do LED lights underneath the shelves above the layout, I could also plug something else in there, right? So I didn't want to limit myself with just a 14 gauge wire. So we just did 12 for most things other than lights, because everything's LED nowadays, right? So literally there's going to be we're gonna have 3 can lights, 4, 5, and then above me 6, 7. So 7 LED can lights, which are only, I went pretty dim because I know I'm gonna have some good workbench lights. They're only 60 watt, 4 inchers. And that way I can get their color changing, so real warm light from the ceiling. I'm gonna be able to dim them, and then, like I said before, on that shelf above the workbench, I'm gonna have really a lot better lighting for the workbench. So that's where we're at with that. And then same thing with the 14 gauge going to, it's literally one light fixture, right, with an LED bulb, and then the other one's 2 of you know what the wattage comparison is, 80 watt floodlights. So it's not much. The big thing is heaters. So that's why all the outlets are on their own circuit. I'm just going to be running a heater like this. They're safe. Not going to start a fire. You know, I'm going to have I have a fireplace looking heater right here. So that draws a little bit, but this will be the kind of heater I have in here just to maintain temperature, because it's going to be insulated so I can. And then that heater will be more just to bring it up to whatever I want it while I'm sitting right here at the workbench. So that's where we're at. Well, I appreciate you guys watching. Just a quick little update video to show you what I'm doing. Should come up with a better video next week, hopefully with some spray foam in it. That would be fantastic, but I might wait another week on that one also, just to make sure I get the whole process of the spray foam. There's really no point in even showing half of it. So appreciate you guys watching. Spray foam's next. Talk to you later.